Hi, and welcome to episode 19 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean, and this is my weekly podcast where I show my quilting adventures. In today's episode, I'm excited to show you a completed project, along with a couple of new projects that I'm just getting started. So let's go ahead and start the episode with the works in progress. Since we're coming to the end of a couple of the quilts, I figured now is a good time to get a couple of new projects started. The first one is one we've talked about for quite some time, and it is the solar flare quilt. And I've gotten started with the cutting. I've cut out some of the triangles already, and I still have a boatload more to go. And this too. So yeah, we'll be cutting for quite some time. But I wanted to get a little bit started and show you guys some progress. And I even tried some foundation paper piecing. This is my first attempt. It is not perfect, it is not lined up, but I think I did pretty good. And then I also tried it traditional piecing, and that turned out pretty well, pretty good as well, because I've seen it done both ways on this quilt. And I've got one of the interior panels actually completed, which I'm very excited to show you. And so there's going to be 7 more using all of these wonderful, beautiful colors. And then the exterior, the thing. So we'll be working on this one for quite some time, but I'm very, very excited to finally get this one started. The second project that I'm starting this week is the one using the batiks that we got from Cotton Cuts a couple of weeks ago. And the pattern I selected, came with it, is called So Simple, and it is a series of triangles and 4 patch squares. And I am not a fan of the name So Simple, so I would love to hear your guys' comments as to what I should refer to this pattern as, or this quilt as, because I'm not a fan of calling it So Simple. Here is just these are some of the smaller ones I'm going to use for the squares, and then these will be the larger ones that will be cut into half square triangles. So keep an eye out for this one, and we'll have more updates on this going forward. The other project I've been working on that you may have seen in the last few weeks is the dinosaur quilt. I've been pretty busy this week with work. It's been hectic. We've had more ships coming than normal, so I didn't get a lot of sewing done, but I was able to get one more row done on this. So I've just got to attach this, and I've got 2 more rows like this to put onto the dinosaur quilt, and that one will be done. So that pretty much finishes up my works in progress. So now I want to show you guys the week in review. This is a weekly video I do just to show you some of the behind the scenes, so I hope you enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoyed the week in review video. If you are enjoying the video so far this week, I would love it if you give the videos a thumbs up, because it does help grow our little community here. So now let's move on to one of the most exciting parts of my podcast, the completed project. You guys have been watching this for a while, and finally the pinwheel quilt is complete. Well, the quilt top at least. I completed the border during the week. I mean, it just looks fantastic with the black around it, and it's just an idea. And I'm putting a video up here just to show you guys a better view of the completed quilt, So this quilt top is done. I'm going to go ahead and get it quilted as soon as I can. And I'm just so excited to see this one finally done. I love the border. I love just using the crumbs. And I believe it's a great way just to use up some of those scraps or extra parts of the fabric that you may have, especially if you need to make this into a bigger quilt, because originally it was supposed to be like 60 by 7, I forget what the size was, but it wasn't quite big enough for a twin bed, so we figured putting this border on it would do the trick, and it just gives it a pop of color, so it's going to look really, really nice on a twin bed once I get it quilted. Recent acquisitions this week. I did not get any mail or any acquisitions. I didn't go to the store or buy anything, but I was curious with you guys. Do you like to buy your fabric in person at a store, or are you cool buying it online, or does it not matter to you? I'd love to hear what you guys prefer to do, so definitely leave me a comment and let me know whether you prefer to buy in person or online. My wife and I, Amanda, started hosting international exchange students back in 2019-2020 school year, and we had a lovely young lady from Poland join us, and as part of the gift I wanted to give to her before she went back to Poland was a handmade quilt. Well, that didn't get finished, but I thought today would be a good day to show you some of the progress I've made on that. And these are just some of the ones that I made while she was here, and this is the first one. This is the logo for Hamilton, because that was one of her favourite musicals while she was here. She actually got to see it in an off-Broadway production here in the local area. And then this is one that I made to show the corn maze that we took it to right before Halloween. And then the hurricane that came fairly close by that fall. And tacos, because she really, really liked tacos. And then this one here as well. If you haven't done applique, I say it's definitely something worth checking out. I mean, I just played with it, and I mean, I am not perfect at it. I don't think I'm going to win the awards, but I think these blocks turned out really well. I have a bunch more that I've made. I've made about 60 blocks so far, and I've got another 60 to go, but I just thought it'd be something fun to show you guys today. So my goals last week were to get the t-shirt quilt tutorial out, which unfortunately didn't happen. I'm realistically thinking it may take me a couple more weeks because it's just so busy at work right now. I want to get this done right, so bear with me just a bit longer. We'll definitely get it out, but it may be another week before we get that. The pinwheel quilt was another goal. That one was achieved. Hooray for me. And then the solar flare, we got that started. So, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So the goals for this week is to make more progress on the solar flare quilt, and on the So Simple, whatever we go to call that quilt, and that is my goals for this week. So, and then hopefully we'll get some more stuff done on the dinosaur quilt too, because that'll be good to get that quilt top done so we can go ahead and get it quilted and sent up to Ohio. So I would love to hear your comments. I always love hearing from you guys. So let me know, guys, what you're working on, what you enjoy, and so forth. And we'll see you all next week for the next episode. I hope you all have a great week. Happy sewing, and we'll see you then. Bye.